Become childlike. The virtuous are like innocent children. Poisonous insects will not sting them, wild beasts will not seize them, birds of prey will not attack them. Their bones may be weak and their muscles tender, but their grasp is sure. They know nothing of power, yet they are bursting with life. Their spirits are strong. They can sob and cry all day without becoming hoarse. Their voices are harmonious indeed. To know this harmony is to know the eternal. To know the eternal is to know enlightenment. To increase life is to know blessedness. To increase inner vitality is to gain strength. As creatures grow and mature, they begin to decay. This is the opposite of the Tao. The Tao remains forever young. This is chapter 55 of the Tao Te Ching, and I only have one line underlined here, and that is, to know this harmony is to know the eternal. And I thought it was curious, truly, because it talks about, in the previous stanza, sobbing and crying all day. Having an entire day of complete misery. And that is described as harmonious. In fact, to know this harmony is to know the eternal. To experience this is to know enlightenment. At first glance, that seems like a conflicting idea, as so many of these chapters are. However, this also points to the fact that we live in an imperfect world. And to a great extent, we simply have to find peace with that. No matter how hard we try, no matter how hard we work, no matter what we do to try to build and construct a perfect world, imperfections are going to exist. Even if every single human being on earth behaved in a perfectly moral manner, respecting the consent of every other perfectly valuable human being, there would still be imperfect weather. People would still die. People would still get sick. At the very least, in the grand cosmic scale of things, at some point, Earth is going to be consumed by the sun, right? It's a little bit dramatic to say it that way, but in the grand scale of millions and billions of years, things are imperfect. One of the most common ideas or perhaps misinterpretations of capitalist thought or libertarian thought, and I'll say that with a small L to clarify, is that they are pursuing the complete removal of any governance structure. And I think that makes a lot of people very upset, rather uncomfortable. Instead, I think it's worth pointing out that the pursuit of just government acknowledges that the world is imperfect and recognizes that there are some things within our control and there are some things outside of our control. And when I say our control, I mean human beings. We cannot at this point prevent the vast cosmic destruction that occurs. We can't stop stars from crashing into each other. We can't stop the eventual death of this planet. What we can control, each of us, is our own actions and our own behaviors. What we can find within ourselves is a way to peacefully interact despite the imperfections that are happening all around us. When we are sobbing and crying, depressed, upset, angry, frustrated with the world, finding harmony in that is a challenge. If you've spent much time around children, though, there's something very important that kids are able to do, which is to let go of what was making them upset, to find joy in the next new thing, in the wonder of discovery. And in this world, there are no shortage of things that are full and deserving of wonder. Despite the inherent weakness of our bones, the tenderness of our muscles, our grasp on what is real and what we value can be entirely sure.